Hey everyone, welcome back to AI for Procs. Today we are going to learn error handling and debugging in PowerShell. So guys, in PowerShell not everything goes right all the time. Sometimes commands fail. So what we do when something goes wrong, something goes fail, any command get failed due to any reason. Okay, so instead of being panic, we just need to handle that error carefully. Okay, so instead of showing some red errors over the screen, we can simply write some sensible message that why this error is came and what is the reason of error, and we also can log them in a log file for the future reference. Okay, so sometimes what happen when you have created a function or any command you are running, and if that command or function is not getting a correct parameter, so there are chances that error may occur, right? Or sometimes you are trying to find a service or a file in that server or any system, and that service or file is not found, right? So it is going to give you the error that is this file cannot be found. So instead of those red color errors, you can simply handle that error by updating a log file that this file is not exist on this computer. That is the reason this error came. Okay, so the thing is that whenever you see such errors in PowerShell, don't panic. Just handle that error with carefully. So how can we handle that error in PowerShell? We are going to learn on this lesson. So why error handling matters in PowerShell? Okay, so guys, you have given a job that you need to create a PowerShell script. Okay, and that script will be doing certain critical production work in your environment. Okay, so and you have created a script without handling the errors. Okay, there are chances that this script may mess something. Okay, so effective error handling prevent script crashes that cause costly downtime or incomplete automation task. It enable graceful management of unexpected issues in complex workflows. Well implemented error handling dramatically improve script reliability, maintainability, making life easier for sysadmins and developer alike. Okay, so guys, as I said that whenever you have created a script and if there is something goes wrong, okay, so everything should be reported in a log file so that anyone who know about that product can know and can work on that further, that what is reported in log file, why that script is failed. Okay. So understanding the PowerShell errors, there are two types of error in PowerShell. One is terminating error and one is non-terminating error. Okay, so what are terminating error? When a terminating error comes, okay, what happened? The script execution immediately stopped. Okay, and if you don't want to stop that, you can handle it. Okay, you want that this error came. Okay, this came now. Instead of stopping that script, I want to handle this error by writing something. Okay, this error came because of that reason, and let's move forward. Okay, so this way, whenever we have some type of terminating errors, we can handle them. Non-terminating error display error message but allow script to continue running. Typically, scenario includes whenever you find missing file, permission issue, failed pipeline objects, and like that. Okay, so these are something which we will be checking in the demo session. Try catch finally. So guys, try catch and finally is the commands in PowerShell which is very useful in handling the errors. Okay, so how exactly it does? The fundamental construct of robust PowerShell error management. This powerful pattern enables graceful failure handling and resource cleanup. Okay, so how? So we have a try block. Whenever we are doing anything, I am trying to run any command, anything I am trying to achieve with PowerShell script, I will write that code inside try block. Okay, wrap code that might fail or throw exception. This is where your primary logic execute under protected supervision. Okay, if during this execution, if we found any error, we found any problem, what will do? It will go to the catch block. Catch block handles errors gracefully without stopping the entire script. Log issue, send alert, or implement failback logic. Okay, you might have some failback logic written in. For example, if something is going and if there is any error, so I can run something inside the catch block so that I can continue with that. Finally, block run essentially clean up code regardless of success or failure, perfect for closing connection, releasing resource, or logging complaints completion. So it means that finally block what does? Try block will run, but if there is any problem, catch will be run, right? So these two will either try will run, either catch will run, but finally block will always run. Okay, so what happen whenever there is some situation that a try catch we are running and something I need to make sure that that should be run. So I want to run that part so that I will be right inside the finally block and it will be executed anyhow. Okay. So this is about error handling, guys. Let's move to the practical part. So how can we handle the errors effectively? Okay. So this is one of the example of it. Okay, first understand that why error is coming. Why error is coming? See, I am running that get hyphen service, no such service. I don't have any service with this name. Okay, let me run this error and what this is coming cannot find any service with service. Okay, so these are the errors. I did not handle anything here. Okay, I am not handling any error here. So that is the reason it came and given me the error. Okay, but I don't want this error. Okay, I even don't want to handle error right now. So there is something called silently continue. Silently continue. How do that? See, what I'm doing that get hyphen service name fake service. Okay, what is the error action? There is a switch error action and I need to provide that value. No, it is parameter actually. There is a parameter and I need to give a value. So what are these parameters? If I remove it, action, see, it is giving me the list. What can I do? Either I can continue, I can ignore, I can inquire, I can silently continue, or I can stop or suspend. Okay. So silently continue means that whenever I'm running this command and if there is any problem, it will just ignore, it will just forget everything. It will not show any error and it will silently continue. Okay, so let me write it, what happened. It will execute the next line. What it does first, it is doing it is running and last error, no error shown, no error shown, because it ran this one. Why? Because I am running silently continue. If I remove this silently continue here, if I remove this silently continue here, and now I am running this. Okay, now I'm running this, it gave the error, although these lines also ran, but this one is completely failed and this has given me the error. Okay, so that is why whenever you think that you don't need to report that error, you simply want to move forward without showing any error, you can use silently continue. Okay, another thing is stop. Okay, if I let me do now, let me now stop here, stop. Okay, I want to stop. Now I'm running, see, I error action stop, and now I will complete this code again. And see guys, it given me the error and it stopped the script here. It did not printed, it did not executed this line. Why? Because I am instructing PowerShell that whenever I'm running this command and in case you found any error, don't proceed. Don't proceed, just stop here. Just stop. So when I want that my requirement is that whenever something goes wrong, I don't want to continue with the script. I want to stop the script. Okay. And what will I do when I'm stopping the script? That we will come in next session when we are handling the error. Okay. This part is very important where we are handling the error. How can I handle that error? I'm saying that right house stop this one. Okay. What I am doing, try. We discussed try and catch, right? So whatever things we are trying to run, we will be putting that inside the try block. Okay. And if there is any problem, it will immediately stop and it will execute my catch block, whatever I have written in my catch block. Okay. So let's run it. See, caught an error, caught an error. Okay. So what happened, guys? When I run my try block and it try to find a fake service, because I don't have any fake service, so it has reported a error. Okay, it has a reported error, so it has stopped this immediately. Whatever will be written inside the next, this will not execute. Okay, it because it got error, and whatever we have mentioned in the catch block, it will be executed. Caught an error using error action, caught an error using error action, and then what is the exception message? What was the message? Why this message came? Cannot find any service with service name fake service. Okay. So I found a reason. How I found? Because that error itself is a object and that object has its own properties, exception and message. Okay. So that's why I came this error. There is third block called finally block. Finally block. Okay. So let's take another example. What we are doing here, that I am trying to stop a process which does not exist. Okay, so when I'm stopping a service which does exist, it is definitely going to give me error, right? Okay, and when this error came, what I want stop it immediately, and I want my catch block to be executed. My catch block will be executed here, and then finally block will be executed. Finally, always the as we said, the finally block will always run. Why? Because if there is something I want to clear, I can always run the finally block. Okay, clean up the final message and like that. Okay, so if I have decided some values in a variable, I can clean them in finally block. Okay, so let me run this part. See what it does. This block is used to structure error. Okay, so trying to stop a service. Okay, this one trying to stop a service and it immediately failed because it has error. So at, at the point this error came, see this uh, this catch block is executed, error caught. Okay, error caught. What is the error? Error type is get type. What is the error type? Error message cannot find a process with name imaginary app. Okay, error message exception, that message it came. Okay, yeah, this is the error type and this is the message of error. And then finally block, see finally block is also executed. Finally block always runs cleanups or final message. So it is something, guys, finally will always taken care. uh, Handling non-terminating. So till the time, guys, we have handled the terminating, terminating and error. Now let's handle non-terminating error. Non-terminating error, as we discussed earlier, that sometimes file is not found and like that, right? Which can allow you to continue the script. Okay. So what exactly we are doing in this example? Difference between non-terminating and terminating errors. Okay. So I am trying to access a file which is a fake file which doesn't exist. Okay, this file doesn't exist, and I will say script will continue here. Okay, now what will happen when we will try to handle it with this? Okay, so let's do. First I'm doing it without uh, handling. See what it came. It says that there is an error, but script continue after above error. Okay, now If I will do it with the try catch, what will happen? See, terminating error code. So the thing is that we always can handle error with try catch, whether that is terminating or non-terminating. Okay. The thing is that we have to give some these action whether I want to continue or stop. Okay. So it is always recommended to use try catch block, try catch and handle the errors carefully so that we can report them. Okay, so whenever I'm in my script, I found that this file does not exist. So what will happen? It is going to write that thing in a log file, right? And whenever later I want to see the output, I can see that yeah, there is a log file and I found this file was not exist. That is why this script was partially success or partially failed. Okay, so this is the way we always can do. There is some dollar error automatic variable, guys. This is very important. So what happened that whenever any error is coming in PowerShell, there is a by default variable dollar error, which what that error does that contain the errors what came, whatever errors we have received so far, that error variable will contain those errors. See, let me write dollar error. See, whatever variables whatever errors we got so far, whenever we have started, that error variable will contain all those values. Because this is itself a object, I can see what is my last. See, if I will write dollar error 0, it will give me the last error. This is the last error I came. See, this fake file, right? I ran this previous one. So dollar error, whenever you find that there is a error, okay, so you always can use dollar error automatic variable which exists in PowerShell by default. Okay, so what are the examples? See, I'm trying to generate some error. Get hyphen service XYZ which doesn't exist, right? And what is the error action? Silently continue. Get hyphen item this. Okay, so if I run this command now, what it will do? I'm telling what are my first and second error. Okay, it gave me the two error only, 0 and 1 error. What was the first error? It cannot find any service with xyz and it cannot find any file with no such file.txt. Such file.txt and xyz. Why this came? Because I just ran it and I am getting those errors. If I run that complete dollar error, it will give me the complete list of errors what was so far. But since I'm using error 0 and 1, so it is giving me only last two errors only. Okay. So similar way, each error would also have a exception message, which you also can print like that. See what was the error 0 exception message. If I print that, cannot find a file this. Okay. Logging error to file. So guys, as we said that in case you find you are trying to access a file, right? You did not find, so you can log that file. Let me do one thing. Let me put it in a ctemp. Okay, so what I'm trying, this script will try to access a file which does not exist. Okay, does not exist. So if this file does not exist, it will add all the data in a log file. Okay, so see how can we do that? Logging error. Why? Because this doesn't exist. Now, if I go to ctemp, error demo log. See, can you see? This error came, it created a log file. Okay. So whenever you have something, you always can record your errors in a log file so that you can see them for future reference. Custom error handling, guys. uh, if else logic, so you always can use if else logic as well. Okay, it's so far we have learned it with the try and catch, but you also can use if and else. If you found there is some error, okay, you can simply write that. So let me run it. See here, I'm not using try and catch, right? So it's saying that is it find file found. file found. Let me do test data one. Okay, and now it will test data one and see file not found, creating it. So see, the requirement is that if that file is exists, create it, else I mean if that file exists, leave it, otherwise create it. Okay, so what it did, it if else we also handle a error, right? If there is a file, keep okay, file is found. If not, then please create it, new hyphen item, it created new file. Okay, some real world example, guys, how you can do that. See, try, I'm trying that stop a service, stop services. Actually, let me do this. Try block, I'm trying to get all the stop services inside this variable which are in stop. Now, with if app, what I'm doing, if stop service dot count is greater than 0, I'm saying that all services are running fine. Else, what I'm doing, right hyphen some services are stopped, exporting them to CSV file, and now it is trying to export them. And stop services are this data exported to this path and catch something when if anything goes wrong during this one, then this block will be executed. Okay, so if I will run, I don't think there will be any problem on this because this code is clearly okay. This doesn't have any problem. So you see it, data exported to this path. Okay, so catch will always come in picture when there is any problems. Okay, so there are chances that whenever I'm writing using this block, and if there is any problem is coming, then probably I need to handle that error in catch block. Okay, so this is about the error handling, guys. I hope you like this. Thank you so much for your time. Let's meet on another session.